friends, welcome back to Gurudeva E-Classes. I am your Guraj with a 600 social science subject. In a previous class, we learned about the Bengaluru division. So what is the forest area, wildlife, uniqueness of the districts. So these kind of the information we got from the Bengaluru division. So like that way we have to extend our class to the Mysuru division. So what is Mysuru? So Mysuru is one of the place, it was ruled by the Wadiyars. So now we can find the Mysuru division. It is also one of the richest division in Karnataka. So we found many of the resources like natural resources, wildlife, forest, mountains and coffee plantation. We got many of the sources from the Mysuru division. So especially this Mysuru was the place was ruled by the Wadiyars. The one of the first Wadiyar we called as Yeduraya. So Yeduraya started the Wadiyar kingdom. So after that we found many of the Wadiyars like a Chikka Devaraja Wadiyar, Dodda Devaraja Wadiyar, so Nalvadi Krishnaraja Wadiyar up to Chamaraja Wadiyar 10th. So these kind of the Wadiyars gives the contribution to the Mysuru. So not only the Wadiyars, so Wadiyars with that we found many of the kingdoms we can found here. So we have to discuss in this class. So like that way in the Mysuru division it has 8 important districts. The places we called as districts we called as Mysuru, Mandya, Hasan, Chikkamangaluru, Udupi, Dakshina Kannada, Chamarajanagar, Kodagu. I would like to say once again Mysuru, Mandya, Hasan, Chikkamangaluru, Udupi, Dakshina Kannada, Chamarajanagar and Kodagu. So these are the 8 districts we got from the Mysuru division. So these are all the districts gives the complete information about the Mysuru division. So especially Mysuru division it has a own history. So what is the history of the Mysuru division? So this Mysuru division, it was ruled by the many kingdoms. The kingdoms we called as Ganga, the one of the foremost, one of the important kingdom we called as Ganga. Talakadu. Talakadu is the capital of the Gangas. So like these Cholas also ruled these places, Hoysalas, Vijayanagara kings. So these are all the persons, so these are all the kingdoms, they are ruled the Mysuru division. So these kingdoms, especially we are remembering the only the Wadiyars. See, Wadiyars also one of the native kings. So in this, when we can find the weaker section of the Wadiyars, so these kind of the Wadiyars cannot able to rule the Mysuru. So on that time, the one of the persons we found here, Hyder Ali. So and his son Tippu Sultan. So they also ruled the Mysuru. That means they ruled 1761 to 1799. So in between these time, so we found 4 important Anglo-Mysore wars. The first one is First Anglo-Mysore War, Second Anglo-Mysore War, Third Anglo-Mysore War and Fourth Anglo-Mysore War. So when we got the Fourth Anglo-Mysore War, Tippu died. So after that the Britishers again they are hand over this Mysuru to the Wadiyars. So up to 1831 they can rule this. So after the 1831 Wadiyars they cannot able to rule the Mysuru again. So Britishers encatch the places of the Mysuru and they started their administration. So these administration, that means up to 1831 to 1881, again Britishers ruled these places. After the 1881, Wadiyars have got the chance to rule again. So these kind of the Wadiyars, they are ruled the Mysuru division, especially why we called as Mysuru. So the place we called as Mysuru, is it? So why should we call it as a Mysuru? So Mysuru is the place was ruled by the Mahishasura. It's one of the mythological story we got from the history. So these mythological stories, so especially Mysuru, it is the place we called as Mahishanadu. The place it was ruled by the Mahishasura. So when Shiva's wife Parvati killed the Mahishasura and take a form of a Chamundeshwari. So it is a mythological story of the Mysuru. So these kind of the mythological stories and these kind of the historical evidence, it gives the complete information about the Mysuru division. So now we can found, that means in 20th century we found some of the important kings from the Wadiyars. The person we called as Krishnaraja Wadiyar IV. He ruled this Mysuru. That means when Krishnaraja Wadiyar IV ruled the Mysuru, that the time we called as it's a golden era. That means we found many of the achievements in Mysuru. So when Krishnaraja Wadiyar IV take a chance to rule, or when he was ascended the throne, at that time the many of the Diwans they are supported to the Krishnaraja Wadiyar. The persons or the Diwans we called as Sir M. Vishveshwaraya and Mirza Ismail. Sir M. Vishveshwaraya, we already got the complete information about the Sir M. Vishveshwaraya. So when he was take a chance to rule as a Diwan, he made many of the achievements. He contributed to the industrial area and he built one of the dam that is called as KRS, Krishnaraja Sagara Dam. So these kind of the achievements we got from the Krishnaraja Wadiyar fourth Diwan we called as a Sir M. Vishveshwaraya. And one more Diwan we called as a Mirza Ismail. So this Mirza Ismail also built many of the industrial areas. He goes the path, he goes like a Sir M. Vishveshwaraya. So when the Sir M. Vishveshwaraya made many of the factories and industries, like that Mirza Ismail also followed the Sir M. Vishveshwaraya. So like that, so these are all the information we got from the Mysuru, because the Mysuru, it is one of the place as a richest. So especially the Kodagu district. So Kodagu district also one of the place we got from the Mysuru division. This Kodagu district also have its unique history. So what is the history we got from Kodagu? That means this Kodagu place or the Kodagu district was ruled by the Haleri dynasty. So one of the important king we called as Dodda Veerappa Mahaprabhu. So that means when we found the Kodagu district it has completely apart from the Wadiyars. So that means Kodagu, it is one of the place was ruled by the Haleri dynasty. One of the important king we called as Dodda Veerappa Mahaprabhu, and it is the capital city. The Haleri dynasty's capital city we called as Bidanuru. See, when we found Kodagu dynasty or Haleri dynasty, the one of the last king we called as Chikka Veera Raja. So after the Chikka Veera Raja, Kodagu also merged with the Karnataka. That means when Karnataka was integrated, or when we found the Mysuru state, means 1956 we found the Mysuru state. So that time the Kodagu also integrated with the Karnataka. So these kind of the information we got from the Wadiyars and also a Haleri dynasties. So with that, we found many of the coastal areas. So we found many of the places nearby the Dakshina Kannada and Uttara Kannada. So the places we called as Tulunadu. So this Tulunadu also ruled by the Alupa dynasty. See, it is one of the dynasty we got only for the coastal areas. These Alupa dynasty ruled these places, especially the places we called as Udupi and Dakshina Kannada up to 7th century to 14th century. So after the Wadiyars, after the Haleri dynasty, after the Alupa dynasty, so these are all the Mysuru division places are merged with the Karnataka in 1956. So like that way, we found many of the Palegaras. So these Palegaras also gives the contribution to the Mysuru division. The Palegaras we called especially the Mysuru Palegaras, the Keladi Palegaras. So like that way, the Palegaras, especially the places we called as Puttiges of Chauta. So these are the important Palegaras we got here. The Puttiges of Chauta family or Chauta rulers, and Bangaravadi Bangaru. Bangaravadi Bangaru, and Karkalas Bhairavaru, and Kasaragudus Kambleyaru. So these kind of the Palegaras ruled the Mysuru division, and these are all the Palegaras also gives the contribution to the Mysuru division. So it is the place we found many of the temples and we found many of the ponds by these Palegaras. So one of the place we found here, that is called as the coastal areas. So these coastal areas was named by the Canara district. The coastal districts was named by the Canara district. This Canara name given by the Britishers. They are not called as a coastal areas or Karavali areas. They are called as a Canara. That means this Canara districts also ruled in the time of 1801. They are ruled these places. That means Britishers ruled these places. Especially the Karavali or else coastal areas we called as Uttara Kannada and Dakshina Kannada. So this Dakshina Kannada, one of the place, so we found in a coastal areas. So these Uttara Kannada and Dakshina Kannada with that Udupi. This Udupi district was established at 1991. So it has divided from the Dakshina Kannada. So these are all the information we got from the Mysuru division. So this Mysuru division also one of the richest division in Karnataka. It also helps us to know about the complete information about these districts. Natural resource. So what is natural resource? So natural resource in the sense what are the resources available from the nature. So that is called as natural resource. So like these natural resources, especially in the Mysuru division, we got from the Udupi and Dakshina Kannada. So because Dakshina Kannada and Udupi, it as a districts gives a lot of natural resources to the human life. So especially Dakshina Kannada and Udupi district, it has in a different type of the climate compared to the Bengaluru division. As you know students, some of your friends, they are visiting the Dakshina Kannada and Udupi district. So you also visit the Dakshina Kannada and Udupi district, you are all feel so different type of the climate in Udupi and Dakshina Kannada. So these type of the Udupi and Dakshina Kannada climate, it has a nearest from the coastal areas. So these climate, it has completely covered from the coastal areas. So these districts we called as a coastal belt areas or the coastal belt climatic areas. So these kind of the Udupi and Dakshina Kannada, so not only in a climatic condition, so it has a dense forest and mountains also available in this district. So as you know students, when you visit the Udupi and Dakshina Kannada, we found a dense forest. That means we found a many of the god sections. So when you travel to the Udupi, so we found a many of the god sections. So these god sections, it has covered a dense forest area. It has a rich resource of the natural resource. So what we can found the sandalwood, teak, matti. So these kind of the valuable trees, it has covered in these districts. So especially mountains. So mountains also it has a rich resource of the Mysuru division. So like that way, the rain-based hot climate we found in a Mysuru division, it has an extremely cold and moderate hot. What is the meaning of that? That means this climate, the Mysuru division climate, it has extremely cold. So whenever you visit the rainy season or the winter season, it has a completely cold. So when you visit the summer season, it gives the hotness. So not from the high pressure of the cold or high pressure of the hot. So it has a moderate temperature we got from the Mysuru division. So now Mysuru and Mandya. So these are the places it has in a dry climatic region. So when you visit the Mandya or the Mysuru, so we found the very roughest or the toughest climatic conditions we faced here. So these type of the Mysuru and Mandya, it has a dry climatic conditions. So Udupi, so one of the places we got from the coastal areas. This Udupi districts got a highest rainfall. So like that in the Mandya district it got the lowest rainfall. So in the Mysuru division, particularly in the Mysuru division, Udupi is the highest rainfall, Mandya is the lowest rainfall. Like that, so not only these coastal areas, so apart from the coastal areas, we found many of rich resource from this division. So especially I would like to tell about the Mysuru division crops. So what are the crops it has available? I would like to tell some of the crops example here. The ragi, paddy, green gram, horse gram and maize. So these are the crops available in the Mysuru division. And some of the business or some of the crops we can found here like coffee, sugarcane, tobacco, coconut, cardamom, orange, cashew nuts. So these are the crops available in a Mysuru division. So it has a use the purpose of the business. So these kind of the crops we can found in a Mysuru division. Especially I told about the Mysuru division, it has contained a rich resource of the forest area. So rich resource of the forest area in the sense we got a valuable trees. So I already informed about that teak, sandalwood, honge, nandi and matti. So these are the woods. It has a completely highest quality of the wood we can found in a Mysuru division. So these kind of the woods we can export to such other nations in the northern part of the India like in China and the southern part of the India like in America and such other nations. So these type of the woods or these type of the trees we can found from the Mysuru division. See, not only the forest area, so this Mysuru division, it has contained a rich resource of the mountains. So I already told about that Mysuru division is the place or the Udupi or Dakshina Kannada, these are the coastal areas. It contains a rich resource of the forest and the mountains. Some of the mountains, I would like to tell some of the examples here. Subramanya Hill, Himavat Gopalaswamy Hill and Male Mahadeshwara Hill, Biligiri Rangana Betta or Biligiri Rangana Hill, and Mullayanagiri, Chamundi Hill, Indragiri and Chandragiri. So these are all the hills we can it has available in a Mysuru division. I told about these two important hills. These hills we can found in a Shravanabelagola. This Indragiri and Chandragiri. When you travel to the Shravanabelagola or when you see the Shravanabelagola statue, so these statues and some of the temples we found in a Indragiri and Chandragiri. See, not only a rich resource of the forest, so not only a natural resource like climatic conditions or the crops or the forest area. So apart from this, we found a rich resource of the forest. With that, in the forest, we found many of the wild animals. So wild animals also one of the resource from the Mysuru division. We found only in a Mysuru. So tiger, leopard, wild dog, deer, fox and bison with the snakes. So we found different type of the snakes. So when you visit the Agumbe or when you visit the Udupi, we found a Kalinga snakes. So these type of the important snakes are white tiger, leopard, especially we told about jaguar. So these type of the animals we found in a Mysuru division. See, especially I would like to tell about the Bannuru sheep. Some of the peoples they ate this sheep. So Bannuru sheep, it is one of the sheep it has available to eat. So it has a rich resource of a place we found in a Mandya. So it is one of the good breed of the sheep. Then, say in a bauxite, phellasite, chromite, limasite and manganese, granite. These are all the minerals we can found from the Mysuru division. As you know students, these minerals it has used because of some of the inventions. So this bauxite, phellasite, chromite and limasite. So these are all the minerals especially we found in a Mysuru and Mandya places. Manganese and granite we found in a Kodagu. So this phellasite we cannot found in all over the India, especially we found only in a Mysuru district. So Udupi and Dakshina Kannada. So these are all the places. It gives the complete information about the fishing activities. So because this Udupi and Dakshina Kannada, it has a covered of the sea or the portal areas. So sea in the sense these are the places made by the fishermen. That means the fishermen are used these places for the fishing activity. The fishing activity also one of the resource of the Mysuru division. So like Kodagu, Chikamagaluru, Mysuru. So these are all the places is available for the timber trade. So because of the Mysuru division is the place, the rich resource of the forest and trees. So that way the Kodagu, Chikamagaluru and Mysuru. So these are all the places so we found the timber business.